If you want the story of a new country, and like and subscribe to us.
Egypt is one of the oldest civilizations in the world, with a history stretching back more than 5,000 years. The story of Egypt begins around 3100 BCE, when King Narmer, Menes united Upper and Lower Egypt into a single kingdom. This marked the birth of ancient Egypt. The civilization grew along the banks of the Nile River, which provided fertile land for farming and helped people build prosperous communities. Because of the Nile, Egypt became one of the most advanced civilizations of the ancient world. Between 2686 BCE and 2181 BCE, Egypt entered a period known as the Old Kingdom. This era is often called the Age of the Pyramids. During this time, pharaohs were considered divine rulers, and enormous pyramids were built as their tombs. Around 2560 BCE, Pharaoh Khufu ordered the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza, which remains one of the most famous structures ever built. The Great Sphinx was also constructed during this period. These monuments demonstrated the engineering skills, wealth, and power of ancient Egypt. After the Old Kingdom collapsed around 2181 BCE, Egypt entered a difficult period marked by political instability and regional conflicts. However, by 2055 BCE, the country was reunited, beginning the Middle Kingdom. During this era, Egypt experienced economic growth, cultural development, and expanded trade with neighboring regions. Literature, art, and architecture flourished, making the Middle Kingdom one of the most successful periods in Egyptian history. Around 1650 BCE, foreign rulers known as the Hyksos invaded Egypt and gained control over parts of the country. They introduced new military technologies such as horse-drawn chariots and advanced weapons. Although the Hyksos ruled for about a century, Egyptian leaders eventually expelled them around 1550 BCE, beginning the New Kingdom, the most powerful era in Egyptian history. From 1550 BCE to 1070 BCE, Egypt became a vast empire. During this period, famous pharaohs such as Hatshepsut, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, and Ramesses II ruled the kingdom. Hatshepsut became one of the few female pharaohs and expanded trade routes. Akhenaten attempted to introduce a new religious system centered on one god. Tutankhamun became famous because his tomb was discovered almost intact in 1922. Ramesses II, often called Ramesses the Great, expanded Egypt's territory and built magnificent temples, including Abu Simbel. During the New Kingdom, Egypt controlled large territories in Africa and the Middle East and became one of the strongest powers in the world. After 1070 BCE, Egypt gradually declined. Internal conflicts weakened the kingdom, and foreign powers such as the Assyrians and Persians invaded the country. Although Egyptian culture remained influential, the nation lost much of its political strength. Then, in 332 BCE, Alexander the Great conquered Egypt. The Egyptians welcomed him as a liberator from Persian rule. Alexander founded the city of Alexandria, which soon became one of the greatest centers of learning, trade, and culture in the ancient world. Following Alexander's death, one of his generals, Ptolemy, took control of Egypt and established the Ptolemaic kingdom in 305 BCE. The most famous ruler of this dynasty was Cleopatra VII. She was intelligent, ambitious, and sought to preserve Egypt's independence by forming alliances with powerful Roman leaders. However, after her defeat in 30 BCE, Egypt became part of the Roman Empire. This event marked the end of ancient Egypt as an independent kingdom. Under Roman rule, Egypt became an important source of grain and wealth for the empire. Later it became part of the Byzantine Empire. Christianity spread throughout the region, and many Egyptians adopted the new faith. This period lasted for several centuries until a major turning point occurred in 641 CE, when Arab Muslim armies conquered Egypt. The arrival of Islam transformed Egyptian society. Arabic gradually replaced earlier languages, and Islam became the dominant religion. Egypt became an important center of Islamic learning and culture. During the medieval period, Cairo emerged as Egypt's most important city. Founded in 969 CE, Cairo grew into a major political, economic, and cultural center of the Islamic world. Various dynasties ruled Egypt over the centuries, including the Fatimids, Ayyubids, and Mamluks. In 1517 CE, Egypt became part of the Ottoman Empire. Although ruled from Istanbul, Egypt remained a key center of trade and agriculture due to its strategic location between Africa, Asia, and Europe. A new chapter began in 1798, when Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Egypt. Although French control lasted only a few years, the invasion sparked European interest in Egypt's ancient history and archaeology. Scholars accompanying Napoleon documented many Egyptian monuments and artifacts, helping introduce ancient Egypt to the modern world. In 1882, Britain occupied Egypt and gained significant influence over its government. One of the most important assets during this period was the Suez Canal, which had opened in 1869 and connected the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea. The canal became a vital route for international trade and remains one of the world's most important waterways today. Egypt officially gained independence from Britain in 1922, becoming a kingdom under King Fuad I and later King Farouk. However, dissatisfaction with the monarchy grew over time. In 1952, a group of military officers led a revolution that ended the monarchy and established a republic. One of the most influential leaders to emerge from this movement was Gamal Abdel Nasser. In 1956, Nasser nationalized the Suez Canal, leading to the Suez Crisis involving Britain, France, and Israel. Despite the conflict, Egypt strengthened its position in the Arab world. In the decades that followed, Egypt continued to modernize. It faced challenges, including wars with Israel, economic difficulties, and political changes. In 2011, large protests erupted across the country as part of the Arab Spring movement. These demonstrations led to significant political transformations and attracted worldwide attention. Today, in 2026, Egypt is a modern nation with a population of more than 100 million people. It is famous for its ancient monuments, rich culture, and strategic importance. The Great Pyramid of Giza, the Sphinx, the Valley of the Kings, Karnak Temple Abu Simbel, and the Suez Canal attract millions of visitors and scholars from around the world. Egypt's history, spanning more than 5 millennia, is a remarkable story of innovation, power, conquest, resilience, and cultural achievement. From the rise of the first pharaoh in 3100 BCE to the modern republic of today, Egypt remains one of humanity's greatest and most fascinating civilizations.